So for perspective, I wake up at around 5:50, pretty early in the morning, take online classes, so there's not anything to do really. Too early to be playing games, even though there's nothing to play anyway. Way too early to be working out. Like I'm gonna be fucking either tilted or tired as hell. But no one, I don't wake I don't work out this early in the morning, but regardless, too early to be doing anything. So I get up, do what I gotta do for the morning, and then I go on YouTube. I go on the subscription tab, and I see a post from one of the people I watch saying that apparently Billie Eilish goes on the Insider and talks about how all men are weak, and you can go look that up. It said, I looked it up. I typed in Billie Eilish, all men are weak, and not only do you see the direct quote on top of the link, but the actual article that he was talking about, like the original source, is directly below it. So look that up for yourself if you feel like it. But um, I just wanted to talk about that phrase in general about how apparently all men are weak. It's not the fact that I'm offended that I'm talking about this video. That's not the point. The point is that why is that the common consensus when you empower women that you have to simultaneously be putting people down, be shitting on men just to put women up? That's not what you do. I know that Billie Eilish was sexually abused as a minor. No one deserves that, of course. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, not even the worst of the worst. But like, especially as a kid, I get it. That's gonna fuck you up, all right? But you don't get to go around generalizing, saying that all men are trash. Because if I was abused by a woman at a young age and I went around saying all women are trash, it would be a problem. I'd be getting blown up. I'd be getting called misogynist. I'd be told in public, whoa, whoa, like, man, like, can't be saying that, man. That's pretty misogynist. Like, that's kind of hateful. Maybe you should be canceled. Maybe you shouldn't have a career, or maybe you shouldn't live peacefully because you said one thing dumb, or that's your opinion, or whatever the case is. But just because she's a female, and not only a female, but she also has a backstory and a history with sexual abuse, that automatically what she said is okay. And yeah, no, that's not how it works. And the evidence that I have for that being the common consensus amongst feminists nowadays is that you can see it all over the place. And look, I know that it's quarantine and that I haven't been much places anyway, so I can't give I can't give many real, because I do have examples, but I don't have many real world examples of women saying that all men are trash, and that is in fact the common consensus is. But you will definitely see like real life interviews of people on YouTube going out on the streets talking to females and them casually saying with a straight face or even laughing that all men are trash. And this is that they carry on just because they got cheated on or this happened to them, whatever the case may be. One bad experience dictates the whole male species, which is retarded. Period. It's just retarded because, like with the Asian hate, right? Like, listen, just because this virus that is killing a lot of people and is affecting our lives in a big way for a long time now was created by Asians, not intentionally. I'm not going to go into the backstory of that because this isn't that video, but the coronavirus wasn't intentional, obviously, and Asians are obviously not even just evil in general, but just Asians not even just Asians specifically, but no one would obviously just, unless you're in Resident Evil, would just develop a virus and start doing shit. Which, if you want to make your own conspiracy theories, go ahead. But I'm gonna I'm gonna take what I'm given, and what I see is that people are not fucking developing coronavirus for evil. Obviously, they didn't do it for evil purposes. All right, but just because the coronavirus was originated in an Asian place, not even just Chinese, but just Asians in general, Koreans, Taiwanese, I believe, Japanese, automatically all Asians are generalized as bad people right now for some reason. And of course the people with common sense are going to call that out and say that's dumb. All Asians are not stupid. It wasn't even their fault. Of course, you would say that, right? But when females say all men are weak in a context like that, or in any context, it's just accepted. Like, all right, that's your opinion. Like people don't shut it down and say, hey, that's kind of stupid that you're taking one bad experience that you had with a species and you're putting a label on them. But for some reason, since they're a female and they had previous experiences with sexual abuse, it's okay for them to say shit like that. And yeah, obviously not. No. Despite what a lot of people would have you say, that's not okay. Because you see it with the music that females are pulling out nowadays, especially on the radio too. Especially on the radio. Even though I don't listen to the radio, I did hop on the radio and shit like that for a hot minute just to see what type of music will be playing. And yeah, definitely what I expected. Got a good mix of Cardi B and Megan and some other people. And of course, I'm not generalizing. Not all females say this. But I'm saying with the feminist movement in general, why is the common consensus that all men are trash when you guys want to empower women? You guys recognize that you don't have to shit on people to improve yourselves, right? Like, you can go on about your life and not have the consensus that all men are trash. But that's just what's going on. And like me and like some other people that I like discuss this with as well are just confused about why is that the message that females are given right now. And maybe that's even why Billie Eilish said this in the first place, is because she's young and the Me Too movement and shit like that. And maybe that's just the perspective she was given through the through the empowerment movement, that men are trash. And I'm just like, I don't even know if I want to ask, because I don't even like. It's just like, why? Why is the common consensus in the female empowerment space is that all men are trash, and that it's just widely accepted to be doing that? Because when you go into a male empowerment group, because of course those exist, and I don't participate in female and male empowerment because I don't have any ties with that, so of course I'm just not going to care. But when you do go into those groups, you don't hear men saying all female and trash. Of course you'll hear people like incels because they're just dumb and young anyway. But of course with male empowerment groups, you're not going to hear all women are trash or hear really stupid shit like that being said. But with female empowerment, that's just how it is. And my point is that, first of all, that's not okay. People should be speaking up more and saying that that type of behavior is not acceptable. Just because women are oppressed and this and that you automatically get a pass to shit on men. And that's just not right. That's not that's not how you conduct yourself. If you go into an empowerment group and be hating, you're not gonna improve. You're gonna get worse, because instead of setting that hate aside in your heart and going on with your life and giving people the benefit of the doubt and being more careful and just using that very bad experience to build yourself up and make yourself an even better person. Instead, what they decide to do is stay in the same exact place in life since they were young, and they have this mindset that all men are weak. Now all of a sudden they go into adulthood and they have kids or they go into a relationship or whatever have you, and now all of a sudden they think general about men, that all men are trash and this and that. Like Cardi B, she obviously didn't have a very good childhood if she's talking like this in her music and she's apparently hitting and raping men. Of course, she didn't have a positive experience with people, but it's not okay to go on to adulthood and even in childhood in general and just go on saying that type of people that wronged you are all wrong, that because you had one experience with men that was terrible, all men are terrible. And of course that's just not the point. You guys should be using other methods to empower yourselves. And my primary question is, why is I'm about to end the video soon because I've repeated it like 7 times now, but my question is, why is that it with females? Why is that the go-to route? Why can't you guys empower correctly and use the experiences in life that have happened to you to build yourself up instead of staying in the same place and hating? Because then you turn into the same people you hate, and that would suck now, wouldn't it? That would be very interesting. So that's really all I gotta say. Sorry for the lack of editing and stuff like that. Well, not sorry, but there was obviously a lack of editing in my videos because I'm lazy and I don't do YouTube often. I only really do it when I want to speak about something or when I want to record a funny clip, obviously, or whatever. So I obviously don't really have an editing software. I could re-downloaded it, I deleted it, but hopefully in the future I finally drink some coffee one day and get the energy to re-download and start editing, because editing is actually pretty fun. And like, especially with like painting, like I painted on my computer and it was actually a lot more fun and a lot easier than I thought it would be, and learning was a pretty good experience. So I'll try to build my editing skills and stuff like that, and hopefully I can start producing more edited videos, because I only have one edited video on the channel, and that was that short clip of me dying in, what was it, Welcome to the Game, and that wasn't a very good video anyway, and the edits were pretty trash, all things considered, but I'm a beginner, obviously, so of course, so cut me some slack and shit like that. If you guys have something to say what you need to say in the comment section. Don't sub or subscribe or like the video, whatever. I don't give a shit about that. It's the internet. If you agree with my opinion, or if you don't, or if you want to say something, go say what you need to say. Go do what you want to do. But with that being said, I'll do the same, and it's time to play some Destiny.